Yeah, I know. I'll get one.
You don't realize the logic behind them until you can actually see the contact, so you can sync frame for frame.
Yeah.
Like here, it's subjective. Did you hit here or there? You could
Exactly.
be half a second out. I just turn the mic off and then not tell you and just do the whole thing. Like
Don't do that. Leave the mic on.
I don't trust myself.
Is it on?
Yeah. Do
Don't.
you have any tape though? Because I don't trust myself.
I do, because I just had to tape that camera on. But it'll be alright. Do you want me to give you some tape?
I'll just. I reckon I'm gonna turn it off though. I don't want to.
I'm gonna have to keep checking the whole time. Oh, I accidentally gave the tape to Ollie. Ollie, come here. Good boy. Alright. Leave it on the floor.
He will. If you just yell at him, he'll drop it.
I'll pick it up later.
Yeah,
What is the point then of making stuff?
Well, I think it depends on your motive for doing it, because if you're doing something that might be disingenuous, you lose the motivation to do it because, like, subconsciously it's not what you want to do, but you might tell yourself you want to do it. But you also need to stick with things long enough to know if that's actually what you want to do, because you can think about things all you want, but
Yeah.
if you don't actually do it, you may as well do it and realize you hate it.
When do you step over the line of, I've done this for long enough to know whether I would like it or not?
I don't know. I, like, just on a bullshit whim, like just off the top of my head, I would probably suggest you're doing something, you're motivated to do it, you spend hours and hours doing it, you think about it, you can't sleep, you get up, keep doing it. Then you lose that motivation, you start like pushing yourself to do it, still cool. Then you start to dread it. Then you like resent doing it, then still do it for a little bit more. And then after that, once you resent it, if you drop it, like, no, you got to push through, because not everything's perfect. So you want to deal with it when it's good, when it's bad, but when it's like proper missions to go into the office or go write this or go do that, then you're like, yeah, like, what's the point? From a creative perspective, that's not a mindset you want to be. If you're, pursuing like professional endeavors of some sort or mainstream business type endeavors, like not writing, not producing content, not anything in the creative industry, then these dogs are going to make me lose my train of thought. I actually did lose my train of thought, but something along the lines of,
It seemed like you were going to say it's not.
like,
Conducive
Mindspace is,
creatively.
yeah, what I was, I guess the short story is, the short form of what I was getting at is the mindset's more important for a creative endeavor than it is endurance for, a professional business. Let's say you want to start a business, you don't have to be in the right mindset, because you're not creating. Nowadays with AI and everything, you don't even have to like channel your inner marketing guru to write some good copy or write some marketing pitches or run ads. Everything's accessible online. You've now got essentially virtual assistants in ChatGPT, Jasper AI, all of that can produce content for you. So you don't really need to be in a right mindset for it. But when you're producing songs, music, writing pieces, all of that, you want it to be from the heart, because people can see right through it.
Yeah.
What was the original question?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll refer to the
I
footage.
answered something.
What do you think about AI and its influence on art?
Can't influence art.
How?
You can have AI art, but you're always going to know it's AI. Like, there's no heart and soul in it. And at least in this day and age, you can still see right through it. In the future, maybe not, but we can create, AI can create, but we can only put, like, infuse emotion into our artwork. And you might not even be able to understand, like, if you're an art fanatic and you see art and you feel it a certain way, I guarantee you majority of people don't know where that comes from. It's like, it's just an innate subconscious sort of thing that you like connect with on a level that you don't even know why. But AI lacks that, because it's like quite simply soulless.
Yeah.
So AI is here.
Where?
When it first came out, I hated it, like, especially being someone that wants to produce creative type stuff.
Yeah.
You feel like, what's the point now? Like, everything's diluted. It's more accessible for everyone, so the competition's higher. Barrier to entry is significantly higher. Now it's more emphasis on quality over quantity, or really dedicating yourself to your craft. So as someone who likes to jump between things on a daily, no matter how much I love something, I still won't commit to it. It's always, oh, yeah, but this and this and this, and I want to do 7 things at once.
Yeah.
So the quality of what you're producing lacks when you spread yourself too thin. But nowadays, with the dilution of everyone being able to produce anything, blog posts, YouTube videos, gosh, even like I was showing you the other day, the faceless, nameless YouTube videos, which without even realizing they were AI before ChatGPT, I never really thought about it.
Yeah.
GPT. Yeah, I never really thought about it. But a lot of the videos I watch like I'll get stuck in rabbit holes, are faceless AI videos. It's like an AI voice talking about how Dubai built the man-made islands. And you just watch it for ages, but they're pumping out like 50 of them videos a day because it's edited by AI, it's voiceover by AI, script written by AI. It might just get 5 minutes once over by a human to add a bit of human character to it.
Yeah.
But so now if you're not in it to produce quality content for the love of it and really researching what you're writing about if it requires research, or building a kind of like a self-brand fan base that loves you for who you are, you really need to express that through your content. And if you're not in it 100%, then that's where AI will take it from you. But it's a lot of filtering the noise just to find, I guess, the real ones out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you find them, they're the ones that'll push through. That's also falls back to the original conversation of why I'm not really doing anything. It's like my heart's not in it, and you got to be in it to compete with, I guess, the hustlers out there that are just mass making content, for
Yeah.
instance. Put your heart into it, commit, and then you can fight. You're not battling the AI content farmers, you know what I mean? You're battling the real people. And battling's not even the right term because you know, you're all in it together and you can be a community, and the success of one can bring up the success of others. For instance, famine mentality will get you nowhere, but it's easy to be disheartened when you see so much shit out there now, because I'll have an idea for something and then there's like 15 other people doing all this stuff, especially you can see AI type of stuff. And I remember, gosh, I think it was November or December when ChatGPT first came on my radar.
Yeah, okay.
So
Last year.
yeah, it was pretty early, I guess, in comparison to what it is now, but I had no idea. I'm just like, this is cool. Around December, January, I thought about like producing content with it, but it felt disingenuous. And like, if you're a writer, you're attached to your self-image, especially if you don't write under an alias. So like using AI to produce content, you know, to save you time, to automate it, for instance, it lacks, it might have your name on it, but it lacks your character.
Yeah.
So now everyone does it, and it's almost the norm to use at least AI to give you some writing prompts to then add your character to it.
Yeah, that I feel is different.
I've got a whole what's the point mentality because of that now. It's almost like you're behind the curve, and it's like, especially when you were ahead of the curve and then didn't do anything with it, now you're trying to catch back up. It's like, I'll just do what I want to do now and not stress about, you know, consistency and this and that. I'll just like, if I want to write something, I'll write. If I don't, I don't. I don't care. Like, actually, a lot of my monetized content I've unmonetized. If that
is this on Medium?
Yeah.
Because you're writing blogs and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
What do you mean? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, like
You've
in theory,
posted a few.
I don't know. I'd rather do something without the thought of money involved, because then you're not catering to, I guess, the money providers.
Yeah.
You're just doing what you want, and that's where I'm like not doing things anymore because I don't care again. So it's like whatever.
Comes in waves, hey.
Yeah.
Do you do and have historically done a whole lot of different things at any given time? I know that you're like writing blogs, you've always made music, and your veggie garden's looking okay.
Okay is an understatement. Should get some B-roll of that to put into here.
Yeah.
I stopped growing veggies and started growing weeds. I'm doing quite a good job.
But like, what out of all the things that you do that are creative, even getting a smelting thing, like all these random little
I
hobbies
don't even know where that is.
all these
It's
little
like $600. The furnace.
that's what it is, a furnace to melt copper, or smelt it, I should say. Do you have a favorite thing that stands out as the thing you get the most enjoyment out of? Like, what's the thing you can lose hours in, or is it all of them and that's why it's too hard to pick something?
Without thinking too deep, there's nothing at the moment, and that's the problem.
Yeah, okay.
I think that stems down to the attention span deficit that we have in this day and age, which we're all sucked into it. And gosh, I'd love to compare myself pre-social media that sold your data to advertisers to now, because I probably did concentrate on things more, but I just felt a lump on my back and I thought it was a tumour. I don't know, I've been feeling weird shit lately. I feel like I have tumours.
Should we go to the doctor like now?
I have like dull pain in my arm and that, but it's like I've also like gone from never working out to doing 100 push-ups a day, so maybe that's why my arms hurt. Most recently, lately, like I've built like a few ideas of what I was doing last night with a new, like, I guess real world business idea, not a content-based one. obviously you want to update your website. So I started building or updating a website I already had
Yeah.
to then tailor towards that. I can lose myself in that, like 3 hours goes by and you also accomplish nothing, but you're just like, I've been here for 3 hours, what the hell?
Yeah.
You're in that flow state maybe, yeah, which is separate to, I guess, a joyous state or whatever. They're
Yeah.
two separate emotions. You don't, they don't go hand in hand. Like you can
They're
be
kind of
lost in something,
interchangeable.
but
You can have. I feel like you could have both happen at the same time.
oh, for sure.
But
the one's not a
not
prerequisite
always.
for the other. You don't have to
Yeah.
enjoy what you're doing to get lost in it, and vice versa.
yeah.
Like I've done shit at work that I hate, but the day goes by.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because you're just focusing on what you're doing. All you need is something that takes up your attention, or is life or death, because then you got no choice to focus on it. So if you want to get in that Zen state, just have some near-death experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be focused.
You'll be very present.
All
in
these
the
people
moment
say
if
they
you're
can't
about to
focus. Well, go
die.
sit in the middle of the freeway and do your work. Guarantee you. Well, you won't focus on your work.
Yeah,
then.
probably not. You'll be there, but you'll be focusing on all the cars. How did you find the difference between working a full-time job straight out of high school for 10 years to then doing what I've done since high school and getting seasonal money from festivals and events? What was better?
I don't know. Neither. Or both, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, when I would work and earn good money, I'd do what I want, buy what I want. Oh, I have no free time to do anything. But now I have free time, I don't do anything. So you realize it's not your job that held you back. It's your own willpower or discipline to do something. Like, I can sit around all day and do nothing because I don't want to. But it's
Yeah.
like when you have a job, you have a structure. Structure's good. Like, I'll still set alarms early and get up early and all of that. Even if I don't do anything, I just get up early just also because I do enjoy days, even if I don't do anything. So I don't want to waste them.
Yeah, fair.
And not by waste them as in not doing anything. It's like I just want to be conscious. I don't want to be unconscious throughout half the day sleeping till midnight. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Midday.
Do you set a structure for yourself since you don't have
No.
like consistent work anymore?
Nah, I don't like structure, to be honest.
But you just said it's beneficial.
Yeah, like a routine to go to work and that. Because
Yeah.
it tells you what you're doing. It doesn't mean I like it.
Yeah, true.
But I hate not having structure. So take
That's funny,
take
isn't
that
it?
as it is.
Yeah.
But that sums up, like, you quit your job to have all this free time. Unless you're going to fill your day up with shit, you're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
I don't read any more than I did when I thought that I would. I don't work out or any more than I did. I actually work out less. I still feel rushed. You know what I mean? Like, I still feel like I don't have enough time to do anything. I still feel overwhelmed when I want to do stuff, even though I could have a whole week to myself. And I'm like, oh, I don't have enough time to do anything. What do you want to do? I don't even know. There's everything. Nothing. I'm stressed.
Yeah.
I'm doing nothing. You know what I mean? And you just lay on the couch.
Sometimes when I've got when my room gets to a state where it's really bad and there's clothes everywhere, I'll leave it for a week and just let it get worse and worse because I don't know where to start because I'm looking at the whole thing.
Yeah.
Whereas if I just start folding my t-shirts, I'm like finished within a couple of hours
Yeah.
because I just did one thing and then that one thing was gone, then the next thing appears. What's your current fixation? You're smoking some meat in your new smoker at the moment. 2 nights ago, you showed me 6 or 7, maybe a little bit less, YouTube videos that you posted all within a couple of days. And you want to start a new business. Where are we going? What are we doing?
Oh, none of that anymore.
Do you want to be a mobile mechanic?
Not really. I want to be an owner, but I don't want to. Yeah, that's a different question. I guess the reason why I want an abundance of money is so I can have choice, like the freedom to choose. That's
to
it.
do whatever.
Like that's what I desire at life is the freedom to choose. We don't have choice at the moment. We work out a necessity. I just want choice. I want to go somewhere. I want to do this. I want to do that. You just do it.
Yeah.
Weather's cold here. I'm going to go somewhere else.
Mm.
Oh, but my job won't give me annual. Blah, blah, blah. No, I just want a choice. You're guaranteed to go nowhere if you don't do anything. At least if you do a bunch of shit, you might feel like you've gone nowhere, but you've actually accomplished a lot in the back end because you've narrowed your filter.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Now I'm like, oh, I'll just start mobile mechanic, hire a couple people. They can do this and do that, and then I'll just like, snip off some profits from the company and then live passively. Now, 2 weeks ago, I despised that idea.
Mm.
Now I'm like planning on buying a van in the next few weeks and then getting it all fucking stick it up and everything. And I haven't even done anything. I bought the business name yesterday. You know what I mean? So talk to me in 2 weeks from now and I guarantee I'll be trying to be a fucking studying Bachelor of Science. You know what I mean? Which I almost went to uni last year as well.
Do you think that society is geared towards being creative or putting us in the money making machine.
Money making machine.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, like if everyone was creative, there's no economy, there's no like central power with like governments and whatnot.
The way I've been trying to look at money lately is seeing it as XP points in a game.
Yeah.
Like, I know that if I want to unlock certain levels of this thing that we're doing, I need more points. So I
Yeah.
have to go and do that and make it happen. But it can't be everything. It can't be the only reason for getting up in the morning. Because then when you're too frail to make any money, then what?
Yeah.
Then what happens? Where does that like drive go?
Well, I was reading a Tony Robbins book this morning, and he talks about that all like billionaires and everyone that he speaks to, they all think of money as a game. It's all gamified. Like, why else would you get up and work when you've got 10 billion in the bank? You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to work, but it's all gamified in their world.
Yeah. Jolly.
Like, it's just a tool to get you from A to B. You could use money to get you from where you are to where you want to be, but a lot of us, mainly like middle class and below, will use money to buy things, to flaunt an image of themselves that might not be true. I use the pandemic, for instance, all the people that pulled out their supers and bought like fucking MacBook Pros with them and shit. It's like, what do you need a MacBook Pro for? Do you work from home? It's like, no, I just watch porn on Retina. You know what I mean?
On the sick display.
Yeah.
It's way better, man.
M2 chip Pro Max, so I could have fucking 15 tabs open because I can't pick what I want. You know what I mean?
Very indecisive.
But you know what I mean? Like, so that's 10K out of your super for what?
I hope there's someone who you're specifically thinking about.
There is.
They see this.
There is.
Who was
Fucking
it?
super. I'm not fucking saying on.
I'm not going to put it in, obviously.
I'm.
But like, that type of shit, we're just not clued in on unless we decide to look for it ourselves. It's not the type of shit we're taught.
But that's intentional.
Yeah.
There's a system that we live in that operates, I guess, on the belief that we're going to keep consuming.
Yeah.
On a simplistic level, there's so much more to it. Like, but you're going to keep getting up and grinding, going to work, paying for fuel, buying food, getting food out, supporting a local cafe or restaurant because you don't have time to make breakfast at home and a coffee. So you get it on the road at Macca's.
Yeah.
And it's all feeding into the economy. Whereas if everyone just did their own thing, they're all artists. You're not like petrol stations aren't generating revenue. That's more taxes that aren't going to the government.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it's all about getting revenue to the government, to the big daddy.
Do you have a coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah. If there was one thing that you could go back to 11-year-old Brad and be like, do this, commit to this, and do this for the next
Buy
6
Bitcoin.
years. That's such a boring answer.
Yeah, but imagine what we'd be doing now with our hundreds of billions of dollars.
Yeah, I know.
We'd be doing podcasts from bloody Fiji.
Yeah. All right. That's fair. I don't know why I
I-
expected anything different.
It's something I've always thought about, though, is like, gosh, like you think about, like I'll see a photo and I go, if only I knew at that moment to buy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And I knew about Bitcoin early because like I was like 16 or something, and I'm like, I'm going on the dark web. And I full got a Tor browser and everything, and I went on the dark web, and everything's transaction was Bitcoin. And I'm like, oh, what's this Bitcoin thing or whatever? And I didn't think anything of it. But the fact that it was in my life and I thought about it, I'm like,
You knew it existed.
I wish I knew the date so I could look at it. Actually, I don't wish I knew because I'd look at it. It was like $50 for Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Boring answer, I know, but
No,
do,
but
you
it's
want, do you
true.
want me to lie?
It's a very you answer.
Yeah.
I don't want you to lie now. Honesty is
Yeah.
everything.
But I don't know what's fulfilling, and that's the journey that,
Keep looking.
yeah.
Keep trying random things.
But that's where I'm getting that from earlier. It's just do whatever the fuck you want, man.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like, people put themselves, like, they restrict themselves from so much, just, even if it's just based on what other people think. Like, you just do things, man. And no one knows what they're doing. No one.
Nah.
Everyone is winging it.
Yeah.
Just some do it better than
Yeah,
others.
yeah.
It's funny. I'm just thinking about a lot of the stuff that's been told during our lives, like being it to win it and all that corny shit.
Yeah.
All of it's true.
It's literally true.
We-
All
we-
the cliches that we've grown up with cliches because they're true. There's a universal truth to almost every cliche that exists.
Early bird gets the worm. Get up early before everyone else. Grind, hustle, work out. Do your business planning. Do this, do that. Then start your day. You've got fucking... What is it? I'm going to completely butcher it, but I watched a video from Ryan Serhant. He's a real estate broker in New York. He gets up at 4 a.m. every day. Between 4 and 7 or 4 and 8, it's like 3 or 4 hours extra every day. Times that by 5 is by this, by that. He gets an extra like 27 days per year on his opponents. You know what I mean? Just by getting up a couple hours earlier.
Yeah.
You've almost given yourself you've got a 13-month year now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can
Makes
just get
such a
more done. You
difference.
can get ahead,
Yeah.
outwork. And that's early bird gets the worm. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or be in it to win it. Like, it falls back to what I was saying before too. You can try all these different things, realize you don't like them, or you can not try them, which you're guaranteed to fail.
And then you never know.
You're going to have that what if. And personally, what if is the worst question you could ask. If only, or what if, you know what I mean? I wish I did this then. What if I actually started this business when I wanted to?
Yeah.
What if I started making YouTube videos? Yeah, I think is it Mark Twain that said it? I'm trying to remember the quote. Fuck, it's a really cool quote, but I can't remember.
Go grab
I read
the
it.
book.
I read it this morning. There's something about, I don't know. I'll find it one day.
Next time.
Yeah.
Next time we talk to you.
Leave it on that cliffhanger.
Yeah, it'll be the first thing I ask you is what was the quote from Mark
I read
Twain?
3 pages of that book this morning. That's it.
And you can't remember a single thing from it. We'll leave it at that then, I reckon. I think I'd be excited to, and I think the listener, and I mean the listener.
He just cocked his leg, did a little piss, and now he's taking a shit.
You silly boy.
Oh, yeah, you got a turtle head.
What are you doing?
He cut that off at the Schwinkter. It was half out, and he's just like guillotine that shit.
As I was saying, literally though. Oh my god. As I was saying, I think it'd be interesting to check back in a year and see what you're doing.
Yeah.
See if any of these things have had more airtime.
It would be good.
So let's do that.
Accountability.
Yeah. We'll check back in.
Even though I
in a
committed
year.
to nothing on here.
No, you didn't, but you said a lot of stuff, so it would just be interesting to
Yeah.
see what
What's changed and what's evolved.
grows. Because there's always lots of things in your orbit, and I want to see what gathers the most space junk.